All right, well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for tuning in today, game day, to Lions Talk Live. And you know what? I think we all know that, man, the Packers were this close to pulling it off last night. Maybe some boneheaded decisions late in the game, maybe some missed field goals, a lot of things could be pointed out. But I think one thing we can all talk about today, once the Lions win, is hey, raise your hand if you looked at the 49ers yesterday and said, yeah, I don't think we can beat them at their home field. So I'm going to say this. I watched that game. I watched some of the things Green Bay exposed in the running game, plus some of the things I believe our defense can do to the 49ers and, more importantly, Brock Purdy. Let me tell you, that matchup's looking a lot more favorable. But before we get into today's show, a couple things. I think you guys all know where this is coming. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. I think we are literally 3 subs away from 5,700, and then from there making them march to 5,800 and then 6,000. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Also, if you're watching the video today and you enjoy it, hit that thumbs up button. One last thing real quick, in case you're unaware, outside of being a YouTube host for a morning show and, a coach, I also am a realtor, have been since the early 1990s. So if you are considering buying or selling property anywhere in the great state of Michigan, give me a call, shoot me a text. You see my number on the screen, 269-998-2384. If you're outside the state of Michigan and would just want some advice or maybe someone to reference you to a good agent, also give me a call. Let me see if I can help you out. All right, with all that out of the way, here we go. We've got the Lions with an opportunity to make it to the Final Four. That's right, a win here today against the visiting Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Detroit Lions have an opportunity to be one of the last 4 teams remaining in the whole playoff tournament. Out of the 32 teams that started this season, that's right, the Lions currently, and when kickoff happens today, there's only 6 teams left. They've made it to the final 6 already. A win, though, pushes you into the final 4. And from there, it's a coin flip to see who gets into the Super Bowl. And at the start of the year, let me ask you guys, what was your expectations for this team? How many of you would have said, hey, just, win 10, 12 games, that's good enough for me. Win the division, that's good enough for me. Win a playoff game, let alone if it was at home, that would have been good enough. So really, I got to imagine most of us out here in, the fandom of the Detroit Lions are pretty dang happy with where the season's gone. And anything we do today to advance even further, man, that's just, icing on the cake, gravy, whatever you want to say. But yeah, what we can say is 3 years ago yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, maybe it was 2 days ago, Dan Campbell was hired. He came in, gave obviously the big speech, made him a bit of a meme and everything. But look what this guy and Brad Holmes, the front office, Chris Spielman, everybody involved, have done with this franchise in just 3 seasons. You think how fast Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn tore things down, from the Jim Caldwell era. It went from, on the cusp of always being in the playoffs to just one of the worst franchises in pro sports. And now the resurrection, like the Phoenix rising from the ashes. The Detroit Lions are not just relevant, but one could argue that they are now possibly considered one of the best franchises in the NFL. Again, this has got to be sustained over multiple seasons, but just based on this season here today, does anybody who looks at our drafts the last several years and say, nah, these guys aren't doing a great job? Is anybody who's not calling for some of our assistant coaches to potentially get advancements or head coaching opportunities elsewhere? Are there not teams looking to pick apart this scouting department as soon as the season comes to an end? So all these things need to be considered while we're talking about today's big matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, let's go ahead and get over the comments section, see what you guys have to say about all things Lions and some of the topics we brought up, and I'm sure some of your own. So let's get it going with Michael. Howdy, Dan and Lions Fable. Good morning to you, my friend. Hopefully you're having a great day today. Jason, greetings and salutations. I feel like a bit of a letdown last night, but the reality is we are in charge of our destiny, one gritty game at a time. You're 100% right. And while it would have been nice to host another game at Ford Field, would have been a huge another weekend of economic boom for the Detroit area, here's what we can say. Like I started about with the show this morning, it would have been nice. The Packers obviously had their chances. The towel of destiny let us all down. I apologize. The towel of destiny had us winning that, or the Green Bay Packers winning that game. But what we can say is that, man, the 49ers, I think Green Bay showed some real good things you can put on tape and say the Lions or whoever's going to face them, yes, it's going to be the Detroit Lions, can really expose some of the deficiencies. You look how much the 49ers rely on the running game. Now, the Lions are pretty good at setting that up. Who knows what will happen with Deebo Samuel, but if he's not available next week, that's obviously a huge boost for whoever's defense is facing him. The Lions, I think, do match up quite nicely with them. And I know in the post-game show, number of people, Howie Long and others on that panel did talk about if you're the 49ers, you're absolutely rooting for Tampa Bay today because you think the Lions can beat, or they felt the Lions could beat the 49ers where Tampa Bay had virtually no shot. So we'll see what happens, but I do think today is going to be a great day for Lions fans. I do think we're going to win by over double digits. We'll see what happens. All right, Just Green's salutations all. After watching the game last night, I like our matchup better with the 49ers than Green Bay. Would have been nice to be at home, though. Yes, and I think a lot of that let me know what you're thinking, Jess, but a lot of that is the play of Brock Purdy. We talked about it, that I thought he throws the shorter intermediate routes very well. The deeper routes, it looks to me, and I haven't watched a ton of game on him yet. I'll do that after we win against Tampa Bay today. But it does look like he does have some accuracy issues, especially deep throwing passes to the out routes or sidelines. So we'll pay attention to that. Michael Green, salutations, coach and Duke crew. Lions 35, Bucks 17. Let's go Lions. Woo! Dang right. I like the way you're thinking. Everybody, throw your score predictions when you get them. Jason, I have been waiting for my 34-17 prediction for a few games now. This could be the day. All right, let's see if they can deliver. Michael, dang, Green Bay almost did it for us. They almost did. Yes. AJ, Duke crew, grease and salutations. Man, I'm so ready for today's game. Let's do this. All caps, exclamation point. Exactly. Robert G, good morning, Dan and crew. Good morning to you too, my friend. Jess, good morning, all. I think the defense is going to step up big today and take us to the title game. I think you're probably right. I think the defense could make some plays today. Tampa Bay, we'll see what they've got schemed up. But Baker Mayfield, as we all know, he's got a little bit of mobility. He kind of does not always take care of the ball under stress and duress. So if the Lions are able to get to him, that probably is a favorable matchup for us. JDC, good morning, all. Go Lions. Same to you, JDC. Hopefully you're having a great one. Robert G, can't imagine what you were thinking, Coach Dan, when Green Bay missed that field goal. I just thought, man, there was your chances. They had Green Bay, let's be fair. They had a number of chances in the second half to really probably put the game to rest. Jordan Love throws the 2 picks. That doesn't help the one. Once they had the lead in the third quarter, they're driving down the field, and then they, Love throws that pick or behind the tight end. The tight end tips it up in the air, and then it's just a scramble drill for the ball. So, it happens. But the more the game went on, I will say this, Jordan Love does look like he's going to be something. I was also thinking Lions are going to have some struggles with his mobility, where Brock Purdy is a little bit more of a stagnant quarterback, not able to get out and run as much or escape pressure. And I don't think he's got the arm strength that Jordan Love does. So ultimately, it would have been nice to have been home, but it might be, you're splitting hairs at this point in the year, which would be a better matchup. But I will say this, I don't dislike our matchup with the 49ers. Should we win today? All right, Hooker time. Good morning, all. Good morning and salutations. I'm heading to the game today with my son. Let's go. Well, I hope you have a great time there. Hope you and the son have a great time. And you know what? Hope the Lions put on a big show for you guys. All right, Mile Marker, good morning. We're going to really enjoy the day, hopefully. Yes, I don't think it's going to be a hope. I think it's going to be a do. And I think it's going to be the Lions all over the Buccaneers. I know I'm calling for basically like a 10, 13-point win, but I do think there's some potential. The Lions could end up getting this thing by more. We'll see what the Bucs do. I'm biased here when I'm saying this. I hope it's a blowout. The Detroit Lions win by 50 points, but I think it's got some potential to get there. All right, Big Eddie, greetings, salutations. I'm calling it now. Lions 37, Tampa 24. I'll take it. Robert G, have a great time. Hooker time, yes. Have a great time. I hope you and the son have a real good time at the game. Aaron E, good morning. Let's go Lions, 100%. Pat Rock at Hooker Time. Hope you guys have a great time at the game today. And a game, man. At the game, man. Sorry, man, I'm messing up here. Enjoy it, 100%. Jason SOL, same old Lions has now become the TOD Team of Destiny. Only 6 games left. Only 6 teams left. Excuse me. The suspense is building and quite tantalizing. 100%. Yeah, and hard to believe that when you win today, Detroit will be in the Final Four and 1 win away from the Super Bowl. Would you have picked that as a possibility at the start of the year? Everybody, you guys let me know. But, I was hoping for a playoff game and a playoff win. We get beyond this. To me, it's just Mountain Dew on the cake at this point. All right, Don, 30-19 Detroit. I'll take it. And good morning, Donnie Burr. All right, Aaron E, Hooker Time, make sure you guys make some noise for us all. Yeah, get out there, man. We want a 140 decimal count today. See if you can do what you can to make that happen, Hooker Time. Brent, good morning, Coach and Duke Crew. Finally, game day is here, exclamation point. I hope we throw more on first down today. I'm with you on that one. And use some 2-back sets. Baker should be good for 2 picks. Lions 34-17. I like it. Doug Green, salutations all. Shout out to Coach Dan, seen him and his team on WWM3 last night. Congrats to your season. Didn't realize you had coached in the WNBA. Nice man, and hope your team continues to do well. The team is doing very well this year. They're figuring some things out, and hopefully we keep it going. JDC, Hooker Time, I want to hear you all the way over here in the Yoop. Let's hope they can make Ford Field rock like that. That would be good. Doug, Lions 30, Bucks 24. I'll take that. Anything that's a win, I'll take. All right. Big M, good morning, Coach Dan and Duke Crew. Big game today, exclamation point. Win the trench battle, pound the rock, and control the clock. Jack Campbell and Hutch are going to be dominant today. Lions win 31-20. Let's go. Yeah, and I think you're onto something there with Campbell, especially because both today and then next weekend, I think you're going to need those backers to really control the second tier of the running games. Obviously, we know the Bucs are going to try to run it. They're not as great as, say, the 49ers are. The 49ers, they're going to need that running game in order to propel that passing game, in my opinion. So if you can really make them one-dimensional, you're going to put a lot of pressure on Brock Purdy. But before we do deep dives on the 49ers matchup, we need to get through today. So let's see what happens. But I'd like the way you're thinking with a 31-20 win. Polar Bear, if Baker Mayfield gives the Lions a gift, we must accept it. Don't drop the interceptions. Yeah, the 49ers were really bailed out by some of those, especially early yesterday. I believe in Goff and the Lions' style of offense to get us a win, 100%. Yeah, I think they're going to have a real opportunity to do well today. Hooker Time, my son's first name is Kramer, so of course I bought him an Eric Kramer jersey. He'll be wearing it today. Still to this day, I guess I got to say him and Goff, greatest quarterbacks of the Detroit Lions time frame. All right. Sorry. Jen sent me a text. JP, go Lions. Time for them to get it done. Greetings and salutations, Dan. Thank you for that, JP, and hopefully you're having a great morning, my friend. All right. Brent, what do you got? One key to victory. Gibbs, and some more Gibbs. And it's been funny in recent days. It seems like the national media more and more has really hyped him up and talked about him. And I don't think they're wrong. I know some of them are saying he could be potentially the best running back of the league next year, that he's got that kind of explosive ability. And, the more I got thinking about it and comparing him to other backs in the league, they might not be that far off. I mean, with a little bit more emphasis on him getting the ball, and I'm not sure the Lions are going to do that, but he's got some rare abilities. And now that the season is, this far into it, I think we can all probably look back on last year's draft and say, man, give Brad Holmes credit. He took a lot of flack from some of us fans, from media and whatever. But the end of the day, the guy was spot on. Gibbs and Laporta were worth trading down. And I don't think too many of us are sitting there anymore and going, man, we should have taken Carter. I get earlier in the year, there was a lot of us doing that. And I had my thoughts on it as well. But at this point, Carter and the Eagles have taken a nosedive. Gibbs and Laporta are putting up historic numbers. So kudos to, again, the scouting department and Brad Holmes for what they were able to ascertain about these guys and the value propositions with them. All right. Lions fan number one at Doug. Coach has been a lot of places. I have. That's what happens when you get old. Lions fan, Brent, I agree. Run the ball, and I think we can run it on the 49ers too. There's, the Green Bay definitely made some statements with that. They felt they could run on them, and they did. At Jason Hooker time, help break the 132 decimal level record. I plan on breaking my household decimal level and maybe relegate to the basement to watch. Well, good luck to you on those efforts there, Jason. Big M, so pumped for this game. Ford Field going to be rocking today. Big win. Woo! Yeah, and it's when this place, if the Lions do have a dominant performance, and let's just say somewhere in the third quarter or fourth quarter, you could tell the game's wrapped up. Can you imagine what that place is going to get like? Can you imagine what the beer sales is going to be like in Ford Field? JDC, and jumpier than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. All right, we'll go with that. Go Lions and go JDC. Hopefully you don't get your tail stuck. All right, Robert G, they have to win today, but after seeing what Green Bay did to the 49ers, I like our chances against the 49ers. Yeah, I think so too. Man, I'll keep the focus on today, but I do think there are some good similarities. I'll go at least say this between the Buccaneers and the 49ers. So it could be a key that we're getting the Buccaneers here before we get the 49ers. All right, Jason, will Bridgewater see a snap for quite possibly his last home game? If you got the game wrapped up in the fourth, I don't see why you wouldn't give him, an opportunity to even go out there and just take some knees. Well, that's up to the coaching staff and all that. But if it's a significant lead, then maybe. Michael, first thing first, we know who the opponent is. We just need the W today and then take care of the rest of the journey for the season. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, focus on today first before you start thinking about anything else. But matchup-wise, I do like where we're at with the Bucs. It doesn't mean the Bucs can't bite you. It doesn't mean they can't do some things. It doesn't mean they can't come out and punch you in the mouth. They do have some abilities and weapons. You do have to respect that, as I'm sure MCDC and the coaching staff are constantly reminding the guys, you got to win today. Otherwise, next week isn't a possibility. So, that plus the home field, the fever pitch and this, fandom base for this team, I got to imagine the team's going to come out pretty dialed in, pretty focused and ready to go. And we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what they do. I know I made my predictions about what I'm anticipating Tampa Bay to do. I think you're going to have to throw them into a too high shell. I think you do that, you've really got the Bucs in a bad situation. Watching the first game, the week 6 game against them, we've talked about it all week. What I'm anticipating, the one high safety, 2 people out. They're going to try to force everything in the middle. Even without the running game, in the second half, you could see where the Lions offense, and give Goff a lot of credit for this, because that might have been, I won't say it was his best game of the year, but it's up there. It's in the conversation for his best performances of the year. His performance is so strong, he forces Tampa Bay to drop into 2 shell coverage or 2 high safeties, something they didn't really want to do, but he was so on with the passing game, even though the running game, especially in the second half, was almost non-existent. And Greg Reynolds did what he could, but the Bucs didn't have to fear the run nearly as much. So that's really impressive, in my opinion, that Goff and the receivers, tight ends, were so on target that second half that you forced the change in schematic principles from the Bucs. That's kudos to Ben Johnson and everybody on that offense. Goff, the receivers, the offensive line, they all need some praise for that. All right, Drake, at Big M, who you telling, man? Question mark. I'm feeling the same way. I want to see Houston get a few sacks today. Same with Hutch, maybe Iffy a pick too. Okay. I think we would all be pretty happy if we saw that happen. All right, Hooker time. The stress will be paved. The streets will be paved in Honolulu blue today. Great season. Yeah. And I got to imagine Lions win today. Can you imagine everything around Ford Field as far as the facilities, restaurants, and everything before the game, after the game, etc.? Yeah, it's going to be an event. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people calling into work sick tomorrow. Brent, 49ers didn't look like a team that we can't beat. First beat the Bucks, then on to San Fran, then to the Super Bowl. And I was just talking about people taking days off work. Lions win today. They win the NFC Championship. I got to imagine there are people taking not just a day off work, but probably a couple days off work in preparation for the Super Bowl and the recovery from the Super Bowl. So, pro tip right there, might want to put in those days off requests right now. All right, Property Lord, good morning all. Good morning to you too. Robert G, maybe Baker will see some stars today just like Stafford did. I got to imagine they're going to try to get hits on them early and often because you know what? Just like every other quarterback in this league, you get hits on them, they start changing things pretty quick. They start changing the reads, how quickly they go through progressions. Sometimes they get rid of the ball a little faster than they want to too. All right, Jason, not to look ahead, but Green Bay's offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage against San Fran. The 49ers are beatable. I agree with that and give Green Bay a lot of credit for that because they clearly identified some stuff in San Francisco. They knew where to hit them, and they did a good job with it. Now, you get through today, you've got an opportunity to go after that as well. All right, Big M, I believe the Lions can play with any team. San Francisco didn't really impress me with their home victory. It is the Lions' year to go to the title game. Take care of Tampa. I like it. Yes, I think you get through Tampa, you're going to start seeing this team get real dialed in a hurry on an opportunity to get to the Super Bowl. Lone Wolf, last home game for the Lions. Let's get the win. 100%. Lone Wolf, what's your score prediction? Hit me with it, man. JDC, all I can say about the Ravens is holy whoa. Okay, we'll go with that. There, you know what? We'll deal with them in the Super Bowl. But I'm going to say this. You make it to the Super Bowl so you can deal with them. It's going to be a brand new world for the Lions fans because you know what? You made the Super Bowl. All right, Robert Yankee, greetings, salutations, all Lions fans and dude drinkers alike. I like it. Dude drinkers, I like it. All right, Jason, how many trick plays are up the sleeves if the situation presents itself? J-Mo, Skipper, could be all of them. Yeah, you've got a good point there, Jason. You could see in a game like today a lot of those type of plays come around. All right, Robert wanted a home playoff game, but couldn't root for Pack. It's all right, man. I think you're not alone in that one. Big M at Drake, I am with you, brother. Houston been waiting all season to help this team. He is going to make a couple of big plays there. I think, yeah, he's set up for some real opportunities here. Robert G, it's going to be a Lions-Ravens rematch for the Super Bowl. There is a growing possibility of that. So I see where you're going with that. Robert, the Niners are beatable 1,000%. Yes, they are. And I think Brock Purdy, while he's done a great job, and this kid does a lot of good things well, I think against the Blitzburg that Aaron Glenn's going to send at him, I think it does provide some opportunities where we could get at him. All right, JDC, just win one more game all season long. Yeah, just one more. Michael, this is an amazing journey to share with Dan and everyone in the chat. Let's get her done today. Drinking Hallelujah Blue Kool-Aid. Lions win 31-19. Love you guys and gals. And I think the feeling is mutual there, Michael. It's a great community we got here. I'm glad they all support you. Everybody supports each other so much. Robert G, no matter what happens, I'm proud of our team. Woo! It's hard to really take any fault with anything at this point. To me, it really feels like we're just playing with house money. There were expectations obviously coming into the season, but it does feel like the team has met all the reasonable expectations. And now, since they won last week, they are superseding expectations. North Carolina, morning, Dan. I'm so pumped today. I'm even up early enough for the live stream. I was gonna say, man, if you're in NorCal, yeah, you've got to be like 4:30 a.m. your time or right around there. Lions win, and I get to see them next weekend. Yeah, are you gonna go to the game? That would be my question to you. Let me know, man. Scott, stay true and focus 1,000%. Jason, I think we can beat the Niners if we win today. Yeah, I'm with you, Jason. I think we're all got a sense after watching Green Bay last night. I mean, Green Bay, I think, did more to lose that game than the Niners did to win it. And that's no disrespect to the Niners. It's just Green Bay should have, especially when they had that big run when they were up 7, and the fact that they got nothing out of that, that was kind of bad. Then obviously they're up 7 and Love throws the pick and then the missed field goal. I mean, they did a lot in that last half to give the Niners that win. All right, mile marker. Seems to me that Goff is accustomed to playing the 49ers in their house. Yeah, he's got some definite experience there, and that's a good point there, Mile, that you bring up, because playing with Rams, obviously, he's seen them quite a bit. All right, Jason, check your kneecaps, Tampa. We are hungry. Yes, you might leave with a few less than you came in with. Donkey Kong is here to let us know it is now an officially approved show, Super Bowl or bust, and I like it. And you know what, Donkey Kong, I know early in the season when he started that jazz, it was just kind of a thing, but now it might be in a reality. Derek, can't wait until 3 o'clock. Yeah, tick, 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 man. We're under 12 hours to go. Do what you got to do. I got a couple of work things I got to do after the show today. I didn't want to even work today, but I was like, you know what? Why not go ahead and schedule some of this stuff? Go show some houses, do some coaching evaluations or whatever on some people overseas. Get that stuff done. Just keep my mind off the game. So I'm diving in, but I told everybody come 1:30 today, and I'm off the clock. I ain't working no more. NorCal, if we can keep this train going, I would rather see Buffalo than the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Man, that's something I hadn't even considered that, but you're right. Could Buffalo knock off the Ravens? Man, I'll have to do some deep diving on that, watch some film. I mean, everybody's got a possibility at this point. Everybody can do it. It is possible. So we'll wait and see what shakes out, though. JDC, Magic 8 Ball says, thank you, Coach Dan, for all you do and have done. Appreciate it. Exclamation point. Go Lions. Big shout out to Dan O'Damas. Well, the Dan O'Damas and the crystal basketball and the towel of destiny were off yesterday on the Green Bay upset, even though it was close. I'll have to dust off the crystal basketball to find out what was missed there. So apologies for that. Well, let's see if Dan O'Damas is right about today, though. Pat, what do you got? Well, your Green Bay win did not happen. That stinks or sucks. Yes, it did not. And I think maybe there must have been a bad connection with the towel of destiny or something there. NorCal, 41-20 Lions. Yes, I would take that in a heartbeat. And Jonathan, can we hold back the 49ers front to give Goff enough time? It's a good point. The 49ers are built to get after the quarterback, but just like yesterday, you saw Green Bay hit them with some things. Green Bay also looked ill-prepared at times for specific rushes up the middle, and you can see where that got Love off his feet and threw off some of his timing. Lions are going to have to be prepared for that, but you know what? Get through today. Let's see what Ben Johnson comes up with for the 49ers. All right, Karen, how does crowd noise affect our defense? It should be fine, just because it is a great question by your point, Karen. But the Lions are going to have more silent calls set up in place, because when Tampa Bay is going to struggle to make adjustments based on what we're doing defensively, the Lions already have in-snap measures set up. If they alter to this or that, or audible to this or that, yeah, that's part of your normal pre-snap play call for the defense, because they're anticipating the play, the noise as well. Most of the line adjustments that would happen based on anything Tampa Bay's audibling to or trying to do, you'll see physical contact. So if you watch, say, like the Mike linebacker come up and start tapping, the nose tackle or interior lineman to go here or there, that's your nonverbal communication. Also, you'll see the green dot or the Mike linebacker or whoever they're going to assign today. If they do anything with their head or non-verbally, that's what they're setting up, so to quickly communicate with anybody, any in-line pre-snap adjustments. So great question, and hopefully I didn't muddy up that answer too much for you. All right, Michael, Lions are playing bonus ball this season for sure. Got to go the distance now. Yeah, you made it this far. You got to win today, and what you're going to win today, you might as well just go ahead and win next week too. Iceman, it's going to be into the 40s next weekend, downtown Detroit. would have been crazy if played the NFC Championship at Ford Field. Yeah, it would have been, and downtown would have been magical. But it is what it is. You're going to San Fran, and you're going to play outside in at least a warm weather environment, more than likely. JDC Magic 8 Ball says Lions 28 bucks 20 sold. Patrick, I'm sticking with my prediction. Lions 45 bucks 10. You know what? I am sending you the towel of destiny when that ends up being correct. So keep that in mind. Lone Wolf, Bucks 17, Lions 24. Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah. I'll take that. And I don't know if I have a Macho Man Randy Savage outfit, but I'll see if I can come up with one. If not, maybe I can bite into a Slim Jim or something. Bet Lady, Green Stations coach and do crew. Game day, Lions 30, Bucks 23. Reason, we led by double digits at one point, but we like to go conservative. We like to go conservative late and just win the game. Just win with limited injuries is okay. Yeah, I take that. As long as we win, that's the biggest thing. If we can do so while not really accumulating injuries, even better. I like the way you're thinking, Bit Lady, and hopefully having a good evening where you are. Robert Yankee, 38-16 Lions. I would be happy with that one. JDC, the TOD Awards, Team of Destiny and the Towel of Destiny. That's correct. We might have to have a post-season show featuring the Towel of Destiny. Yes, I like the way you're thinking. Mile Marker, we expect a field trip report on your return at Hooker time. Yeah, pun intended. Yeah, Miles, I think you're pretty spot on. Tomorrow morning or whatever, yeah, Hooker time, you have to give us a field report from what happened. Brandon, I predict the Lions versus Chiefs rematch at the Super Bowl during the beginning of the year. That would be a favorable matchup, one of the more favorable matchups I think the Lions could see when we make it to the Super Bowl. So we'll see where you're at with that prediction. Retired fired, I would see it's dangerous for a buck to disturb a pride of Lions. Bay City Big Bear, salutations and greetings, Dan the Man. Back at you, and hopefully having a great day. Actually, I was hoping for one playoff win with the division championship, but now we're on a gravy train with biscuit wheels. I would agree. You're playing with house money at this point, man, so just embrace it and enjoy it. All right, Robert, Detroit 35, Tampa 17. Man, everybody would be happy with that. Retired, good effort by the Packers. Yes, they gave it a go, but they came up a little short. All right, Club, what do you? Good morning, everyone. Let's go, Lions. Eat them up, one pride, 100%. Robert, it's a long time until the game, Coach. You may want to do a second show. Why could I fit one in today? I don't know. Do you guys want some sort of like pregame show? Maybe like 30 minutes or something before kickoff? That I could probably do. So let me know in the comment section. You guys want me to come on at like 2:30 or something like that? I could probably make that happen. Club 80, defending the run game is supposed to be the Bucs' Achilles heel. So I've heard. We will see. All will be revealed later today. All right. Is that you? Oh, holy moly. It's 4 a.m. for you. No Carolina. Yeah, it's early where he's at. And while that's being true, I know Bit Lady, it's got to be late in the evening for you. I'm not 100% sure what time it would be your time, but I got to say it's got to be around 8 p.m. or at least, 7:30, 8 p.m., somewhere around there. JDC, Lions, please, no turnovers and tackle. Yes, keep that ball safe. Curtis, good morning. And I feel Houston and Hutchinson both end up with a sack. P.S. Hutchinson will be a strip sack. Go Lions. Yeah, if they can do that, man, the more you get pressure on Tampa Bay, the more you limit that running game. You do start making their options pretty remote. To your point, Ford Field would absolutely erupt when that happens if both those guys get sacks. All right, Bruce, got to keep eyes on Dre Greenlaw after we beat Tampa. 100%. Yeah, and I didn't stay up late enough to be able to get any kind of official report on Deebo Samuel. If somebody is aware of what his injury is or status, go ahead and let me know. Throw in the comment section. If not, I'll have it on tomorrow morning show or maybe even today's post-game show. Derek, who will score the touchdowns today? All right, I'm going to go with – let's go with Gibbs, Monty, St. Brown, Jameson Williams, and Let's go with CJ Gardner-Johnson with a fumble 6. Book it. Make it so. Eduardo, let's see. Today is the biggest day as a Lions fan. Ready for a nail biter. Yeah, I'm hoping. I think we're all anticipating a close game. I would just love it though if we won by like 20 or something, just so there's not that stress and anxiety going late. Make my job easier for setting up the post game show thumbnail too. Just because in the fourth quarter I could probably have a little bit more time to work on it, not just throw up some generic one real quick made in like 20 seconds. All right, Walt, General Manager Walt in the house. All right, well, hopefully you're having a great day over there, Walt, and like the thumbnail picture. All right, Derek, what do you got? We need to figure out how to limit the chuck plays and get the run game going right off. We need to get our points in the first half as we always fall off in the second half. Yeah, and I'm really hoping they're a lot less conservative in the second half. Silver Surfer, hello, everyone. Just want to say that I agree with Trump's genius who says that TV is, oh boy. Well, let's keep this about the Detroit Lions, man. Let's just keep it about the Detroit Lions. Yep. All right, Robert, we will dominate the Bucs. How fantastic will it be to control them? Setting up the NFC Championship, quote, win. Woo! 100%, Robert. It will be great to be in the NFC Championship without a doubt. Eduardo, we are going to have to pass to open up the run. Let's go. Yeah, and we talked about that this week. I do believe in order to get the run game going, you're going to have to do some play action passing on first down, have the pass, set up the run, to your point. JDC, Pack versus Niners was definitely a rip snorter. All right, we'll go with that, 100%. Don Kong, just win, baby. Just win. I like it. Mile marker at NoCal. I was a kid in Saint 49ers was my first team. St. Joe, yeah, my first team. Yeah, 100. So you're from Southern California. Okay. All right, Eduardo, would you know why we always wait until late in the game to hit JMO deep? It opens up games for us a bit. We wait until the third and fourth quarters to do it. Some of it is just the coverages. So if you go back to like last week, you watch the Rams. The Rams did a pretty good job of double teaming and keeping Jameson Williams at bay, really limiting the routes of effectiveness. Teams are definitely picked up on the fact that he has evolved as a receiver, and you see that reflective in the coverages that they're throwing at him. Now, with that being said, I do believe today there will be some opportunities to get one-on-one situations with him because of how the Bucs like to blitz so much. You know, if you're going to send 6 after the quarterback, doubling someone becomes pretty tough. Dr. Detroit, man, we almost had another home playoff game. If we win today, oh well, let's go Lions. It is what it is. Take care of this game. Go on the road, prove to the world you can win anywhere, and put yourself in the Super Bowl. All right, Derek, hey, Coach, I think we move on to San Francisco, and I'm okay with losing that game. How would you feel about losing to San Fran? You know, at some point, this ride is going to end, whether it's in the Super Bowl and we win it or whatever. Here's what I think, and it's a great question, Derek. We've at this point in the season, anybody who came into the year rooting for Lions, I think we've met all those expectations. Where at this point, we're just playing with house money. Anything we add from here on out, you know, we win today, we win next week. There's icing on the cake, whatever you want to say. It's just another set of evidence how much this team has grown and improved. Now, with that also being said, I'm going to be a little greedy because getting back here is going to be incredibly tough. So if we win today, if there's, you know, you got to be all in with every game left on the schedule because the chance of returning, I think, most Lions fans are going to be a little skeptical about seeing this again. This is why I think you see home field ticket prices so high in Detroit because nobody knows when this will happen again. Bit lady, we need 145 decimals at Ford Field in order to beat NFL stadium record. Decimal points removed. Let's do it. I think you got a good setup today to potentially do that. So correct, Bit lady. Ed, good morning, Dew crew. Lots of great chat today. Let's go Lions. Hope you're having a great morning too, Anthony. All right, Ed. Anthony. Hey, thanks for that, Anthony. Good morning, Dew crew. Super Bowl or bust. 42-10. Go Lions. And thanks for that. You know what? I will get a dog in the Dew this morning, and I will leave Bobby a tip as well. So thanks for that. And Ed, sorry, I called you Anthony earlier, but forgive me, man. I haven't had my due yet. All right, Walt, Dick, quote, Night Train Lane, still playing cornerback for the Lions. Let's hope so, because you know what? He would lay some hits on some people. Curse, the buck stops here. Go Lions. I like it. And yes, let's make sure their season comes to an end. Eduardo, just please win today. Opportunities like this don't come often, and this is the easiest path to the NFC title game we will probably have. Yeah, and just get it done today. Eduardo, I am so nervous but ready. I think you're not alone. I think everybody watching this show and everybody in the fandom base or whatever, everybody's feeling the same way, man. I mean, last week it was fever pitch nervousness. This week, I think most of us have at least some expectations to win. Well, last week, I think we're kind of like, man, I don't know. Is it going to happen? We hoped it would happen. It did happen. Now, I think a lot of people are expecting it to happen. But if you've been a Lions fan for more than 15 seconds, you probably got a little bit of emotional PTSD from this team. So there's going to be a lot of nerves going on throughout the game. Hope everyone is ready. Exclamation point. And tomorrow we are discussing the NFC title opportunities. You know what? I think we're going to be doing it a little bit tonight and definitely tomorrow morning. Eduardo, I just hope we get to see Houston on the first, third and long. We'll see. And we'll see at around, I'm going to say noon today when the actives and inactives come out, somewhere around there today. Robert G, don't hold anything back. Let it all hang out. Yeah, there is no tomorrow without a victory today. All right, Anthony, I am totally satisfied with what the Lions have accomplished and going forward, a total blessing. We are a team to be reckoned with. Watch out, Bucks and 49ers. I agree with that, man. I don't think anybody is lining up or rooting to face Detroit. Sort of like the end of last year where if we would have made the playoffs, I don't think anybody wanted to see us then. I think that's true today too. All right, Jason, one home game followed by a road game and onto a neutral site. We can win 3 games. The path is clear. Yes, your outline is all set up in front of you. The Fish and Church dude, I like our chances in San Francisco. Jared Goff has plenty of experience playing there, but we can't take our eyes off of this game first against the Buccaneers. It's going to be a challenge. You're right. Yeah, you can't overlook this team because this team can play. Tree 3 Climber, all I will say is I'm loving this. Go Lions. Woo! Yes, I think you are not alone there, sir, in that everybody, just look at the chat, man. Everybody's on board with this. Everybody's pumped and ready. It is game day. Everybody's getting their Mountain Dews ready or whatever your favorite foods. It is an event most of us have been waiting multiple decades to see. And you know what? Let's make it happen. Let's keep this show going another week. Angie, no turnovers. That would help exponentially. And yes, keep that ball safe. Jerome, good morning, Coach. If one of your players don't want to play, would you grant them that request if the reason was good enough? Yeah, if there was some sort of reason, like, something was going on with the family or whatever, or, something that was understandable, put it that way. I would review it all on an individual basis. But if there was a sound reason why somebody couldn't play, yeah, I wouldn't hold it against them. All right, no Caroline. Mile marker, I was born in, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, Cupertino. Been in Sacramento area for 44 years. Yes, Dan, I will be going to the game, looking at tickets now, just waiting to hit that buy button. Hopefully the Lions can provide that reason to hit the buy button a little bit later today. Andy, 49ers didn't want Green Bay, didn't win. Green Bay won it for 49ers didn't win. Green Bay won it for them. We can absolutely beat the 49ers. Yeah, sorry, man. It took me a second there. Yeah, and I agree with you, Anthony. Lions really did some stuff, the Green Bay really did some stuff to give that game away. Some of its nerves, inexperience, whatever you want to say, but they made a lot of big mistakes late in that second half to give that game away. Matthew Green says, salutations, back at you. Mark, were the 49ers rusty or did missing D Samuels make that much of a difference? I think a little bit of both, in my opinion. You see how much missing him from the lineup alters their offense. Debo, he's a difference maker, right? He's one of the few guys in the league that you've got to account for at all times. And Debo, when he went out, you could see the wide receivers change their routes and patterns because there's very few people that can do what he does. Now, was there some rust? Maybe a little bit, sure. but also give Green Bay some credit for knowing how to hit them both offensively and defensively. That's where I thought going into the game, especially with the Packers defense up the middle of the field, I thought they could really give the 49ers some legitimate issues, and it proved being true. It just obviously the 49ers did more right than they did wrong to win the game, where Green Bay ultimately, I think, did more wrong than they did right to give the game away. Philly, good morning. Good morning to you too. And it looks like Phil's got some new guitars lined up for you all to peek at. All right, Brent, what do you got? Agree, Angie, take care of the ball, and we take care of business. Exclamation point. I think you are 100% correct. All right, retired Lions, 42, Tampa 6. Oh, man, I take that in a heartbeat. Sold. Big M, Eduardo O'Neill, rock those colors today, bro. We'll be rocking the same here in Colorado. Okay. Maybe I didn't know that. Maybe I can't remember, Big M, if I knew you were out there. LOL. Let's get the win today. Everybody enjoy this game and be well. God bless. Back at you, brother. Hopefully you have a good one. Hooker time. True fact, Buffalo Bills helmet design is from the Bills owner loving the Leaping Lions helmet. That's why they look so similar. I did not know that. That is good insider information. Derek, last home game, we need this dub, 100%. Yes, end the season at Ford Field on a strong note. Miles, no Cal, it's so nice to see my names from my youth. We went to the Bay, from the Bay to Quincy up in the Sierras. All right, so you moved around quite a bit out there. Iceman, the Lions right now have a chance not only to go, but win the Super Bowl, exclamation point. I'm not wishing injuries on anyone, but injuries and sudden illness happens to key players all the time. I'm just saying. Well, let's the 49ers all of a sudden get a bunch of guys with some sort of like flu symptoms and they can't play next week. Maybe they should just take the day off and rest up for the next season. Derek, if this turns out to be our last game, will you still do daily shows? Yes, I'm still planning on it. Unless you guys don't want them, I'll still be here talking about the draft, talking about free agency, maybe doing all-time Lions lists, just find something for us all to talk about every morning. All right, Brent, what do you got? Preseason, I was hoping for an NFC championship game appearance, but now I want it all. Let's do it, Lions. Yes, why not be greedy at this point? Why not go out there and just say, hey, we've got as much chance to win today against Tampa and then win against the 49ers to reach the Super Bowl as anybody else. Silver Survey, you love the Dan O'Damas? Well, I will make sure Dan O'Damas makes another appearance after we win today. All right, let's see. CD, what do you got? I fear the San Fran Diners. All right, well, maybe don't eat at their diners then. Doug, what do you got? The only thing that would be better would be a hot roast, beef sandwich, mashed potatoes and gravy, and a Lions victory. That would be a good one. And, maybe they can do it if you could just add a little hot sauce on it. I do love hot sauce. Jacko, don't sleep on my Bucks, y'all. Won't sleep on them. Hopefully we're awake for the game. So, yeah, sleeping through the game, that would not be good. Retired, fired, do it, Dan. All right, I will do it, 100%. Robert, let's do it, Coach. Firing up. All right. Pre-game 2:30, Coach. All right, hold on. I'll put it Siri, set an alarm for 2:20 p.m. All right, I'll host maybe like a 10-15 minute pregame show for you guys then at 2:30 today Eastern Standard Time. JDC, I prefer the sound version over the closed caption portion of the show. Gosh, I got to remember to check that mic every time now, man. You guys got me nervous. Trump, find your Macho Man outfit. I will see if I can find some Macho Man attire and maybe do a show in honor of the great one, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Phil, Lions are a good road team. Lions better than San Fran. Oh, let's make that happen. Jacko, some of you Lions fans are already talking about going to Cal. Hey, that's part of being a fan, right? You got to think positive. You got to think forward. Knox Brand, what do you got? Let's go Lions. Big win today, 100%. Ronald, Dan, stop the Super Bowl crap until the Lions play the game with the Bucks. Thanks. On it. I will do it. Like I said, focus on today first, then move on to the next one. All right. Don, Calvin Johnson will have 10 touchdown catches today, 3 TDs. I like the way you're thinking, getting him to come out on the field one more time. All right. No Cal. At mile marker, my grandpa went to Quincy High School in the 50s. Okay. CD, I also fear Gibbs and Evans. All right. Understandable. They're good players. Michael, what do you got? Debo re-injured left shoulder. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was something to do with the shoulder. I just don't know the extent of it. CD, running, not too worried about. Okay. Jason, one more vote to the TOD pre-game hype show. Coach Dan is far superior to anything NBC has to offer. I'll take that. And thanks for that. That's a kind compliment there. Anthony, that would be great if Megatron was playing. Yeah, coming out one more time. I don't know if he could do it, but man, that would be great. Don Debo said that he was okay after the game. We're not worried about Debo if he plays good. Yeah, you're going to have to come up with some designs for him, but it'll be no different than every other game we face. Trump, INT by Vildor, fumble recovery by Branch. Sold. Take it. Eduardo, if CJ gets a pick, the trash talk would be immaculate. Yeah, I got to imagine. I mean, the dude plays with some passion and energy without question. And yes, he would be talking up the moment for sure, 100%. He would, but I mean, his teammates seem to feed off him, so give him that. He pumps his team up. You see, as the crowd chants TOD, TOD, TOD. I'll take that. Team O Destiny or Towel of Destiny. Could be either one. Jason, where is Southwest Lion fan? I was thinking about the other day. I haven't seen him in a few days, so hopefully he's doing okay. Hopefully nothing's wrong. Pete, bang, bang, Niners gang, flex. We'll see y'all next week. All right. We'll see you there next week, and hopefully it's a great game. Let's see. Don, Debo, and CJ Gardner-Johnson going to talk trash, be next level. That can't stand each other. Yeah, they can't stand each other. And, hey, let's go ahead and win today and set up that prolific talking episode showdown between them both. Maybe get some social media stuff where they're talking all week long at each other. Don, my man, Pete, bang, bang, Barley, one gang. Okay. Robert, local Tampa podcasters are confident and cocky. They say it's a very bad idea to trash talk Baker. They feel he will just use that against us. And he might. Me, myself, I might not have done it, but hey, if that's what CJ Gardner-Johnson, that's his norm, that's what he does. Don't change what you do. Be who you are, because otherwise, you may not play the same way. So if he feeds off that, I'm embracing it, as long as you're not over the top disrespectful or anything. All right, Peter. Good morning, Don. Good morning to YouTube. Hopefully, I have a great one. Lions do or die. Let's see. Greetings, salutations, do crew. I think we can still do. Let's go, Lions. 100%. I think we still can. Yada yada badass. Good morning to all. We beat the Bucs without a lot of our key players. By the way, we get all of our key players back. So this should be a cakewalk. Plus, we're at home. Here we come, 49ers. All right. I hope you're right, man. I hope it is a cakewalk. JDC, a lot of ill will between Packers and Niners yesterday. Yeah, they had some moments where they were going after each other. And I get it, man. It was a physical game. Everybody knows what was on the line, so emotions were high. Yeah, it's totally understandable. Michael, how does Josh Reynolds find the end zone today? Probably on an in pattern across the middle of the field would be my guess. That's one of his better patterns. That or the deep outs. He runs those as well, pretty well. Peter, hopefully it won't be raining next week. That would be ideal if it's not for both Purdy and Goff, because I don't think either one of them handle it overly exceptionally well. Don Kong, Super Bowl bust. Nothing wrong with saying it twice, man. Throw it in there a third time if you want. Don Dad Donkey, yes. All day. What do you got, my man? I appreciate you for not letting your channel get into politics by not reading that stuff. Yeah. It's just not something I'm into, not something I want on the channel. It's not wrong if you guys have political views. Totally understandable. Just, not here. This is just a Lions talk show. You want to talk about, other stuff. It depends on really what the topic is. Movie reviews, maybe. Maybe we could do a movie review show. All right. Phil, this is the last game of the year at our house. Yes, it will be, unless something radically changes. Let's get it. Yes, 100%. Let's go out there. You know what? Finish the season at Ford Field on a positive note. Bruce, while the Lions exceeding my expectations, I'm greedy now. I want nothing less than a Super Bowl win. I can't disagree with that. I mean, you've made it this far. Your expectations really should be getting to that Super Bowl. Anything less, and you're setting yourself up for failure. So it's just like when occasionally we get somebody from other teams in here, man, you guys are just, over the top, cheering on your own team. What do you expect? I mean, if you come into a Detroit Lions channel and you expect what the Lions fans to say, nah, we're not going to win, we're not going to make the Super Bowl. I mean, come on, nobody's doing that in any channel. And if you are, your team's probably not very good, or you're fighting for a number one draft pick or whatever it may be. Robert, just take care of business, 1,000%. Peter, y'all ain't lose to Baker, or can't lose to Baker. Yeah, we can't lose to Baker, 100%. You got to beat him down, hit him down, pick him off a few times, strip sack, talk bad about his mama, sack his family and his mama up in the stands. Do whatever you got to do, but have that pass rush going after him and get him rattled. Boo, good morning, Duke Crew, San Francisco, here we come, exclamation point. Hang up our buckskins. There we go. Get after them. And good morning to you, Boo. Hopefully have a great one, man. Don Baker playing ball, Pete, but we will take care of business. Yeah, it's no disrespect for Baker Mayfield, but anybody who lines up across from you, you should be talking some trash. You should be coming after them. Your job is to disrupt their ability to play well. That's no different in any sport. If I'm a pitcher, my job is to make that hitter, no matter who he is, looks stupid, basically. And that's just part of sports. Your job is to stop the other team, just like it's their job to stop you. Peter, thumbs up 100%. Ronald, Jason, quit looking past the Bucs. The Cowboys did that with the Packers last week. Yeah, we ain't looking past nobody here. All right, Lions talk with the bad guy. Game day, let's go Lions. Beat them Bucs 100%. Hopefully having a great one. Trump, hit the like. Yeah, I can't see it on my side, so if you guys are able to hit the like button, if you haven't already, please consider doing so. Also hitting that subscription button. I think we needed 3 more subs, whatever it hit 5,700, and then obviously 103 to get to 5,800. Silver Surfer, hey, Coach, don't be scared if we talk about something else sometimes. That was not politics. That was just the danger of that. Just added it something. It was said to the forum after all. Yeah, I mean, just, be mindful of it. We try to keep things mostly where people can't get after each other too much. And I know, unfortunately, politics can be a lightning rod for people. So, all right, Peter, Buffalo or KC? I'm going to go with Buffalo today. I do think their defense will be the difference. Patrick Mahomes, while he is great, I think he does have limited personnel to work with this year. Lions talk with the bad guy. Lions need to get more turnovers and get TDs when they do take away points. Yeah, 100%. You get a turnover, turn into points. That really puts the other team in a hole. Phil, no politics period. Okay, yep, I'm with you on that, Philly. Mitchell, in my humble opinion, attacking the line of scrimmage with the run and letting Amon loose. The defensive line will knock the stuff out of Mayfield just like Stafford. Yeah, and it's funny. We haven't heard more about how Stafford is based on that. I also would really wonder if Stafford's aware that the Rams hit Laporta in the knee, pretty similar to what Kirby Joseph did to, and I don't know their player's name, unfortunately. It's part of football, and yeah, I would be interested to hear some of that. On a side note, somebody messaged me yesterday, somebody from the channel, saying there was something on Twitter about the team suspending Kirby Joseph, not the NFL. And I get people put stuff on Twitter, X, whatever it is now, to try to stir up emotions. But I think that's all that was, because the team isn't suspending him. Unfortunately, stuff like that, fake media comes out there. Jacko, Vita Veda, and Canty are going to wreck this through game. This game, it could be. And, if they fall over each other and spill their Mountain Dew, it's understandable. Sometimes when you're getting beat down, things like that happen. You get embarrassed, and then you make more mistakes. But we'll see what happens. All right. Anthony, Bucks are here for a reason. They have also beat good teams. Yeah, 100%. No disrespect for them. They earned the right to be here. Teams to get here, I believe our Lions will not take the Bucks for granted. We know what has to happen. And in this game, we have our missing pieces. Yeah, unlike the first game, we're missing probably I don't know, 6 to 7 starters or players that play significantly. But give Tampa Bay some credit. I mean, they've definitely have improved. I just think personally, I think we can come out and have a pretty strong performance today. The crowd noise needs to be a real factor for the Bucks, and I think it will be. I gave the Rams a lot of credit because they have prepped throughout the season for loud environments. Stafford also, I think, is better than Mayfield. And it's nothing disrespectful for Baker Mayfield. I just think Matt Stafford's better. I do believe that this will be a tough game overall, but I do believe it's a game the Lions can win by double digits. Is that still you? Hey, the skies must be clear because here comes the sun on a great day. Good omen. I like the way you're thinking. Lansing JP, great morning, y'all. Back at you. Hopefully, you're having a great one. Lions talk. My bold prediction: Jima once again has no impact. Well, let's hope you're wrong on that one, but it could happen. But I'm gonna take him to have a good game today. Jacko, stay humble, Lions fans. You haven't won yet. No, we haven't won yet, but being humble is not part of any fandom base. So, Jay Lansing woke up at 6, can't fall back to sleep. So I'm dyeing my hair and I'll be leaving at 10 a.m. for Ford Field. Well, I hope you have a great time at the game. I hope you really enjoy it and good luck dyeing the hair. Merlot, if the Detroit wins against Tampa and if we can beat San Francisco, we will win the Super Bowl. I like the way you're thinking 100%. Blue hair for Lansing JP. I'll go with that. Trumps, don't get popped on your feet in San Fran. Yeah, all right. Don't get poop on your feet in San Fran. Yeah, you should try downtown LA sometime. Not a great place to be at times. Phil, hit the like button and help the channel grow. Yeah, thanks for that. Anybody who's willing to do that, I surely would be thankful for it. A couple more here, and then we're going to probably wrap it up. Anthony, you better continue with the podcast. Yeah, I'll be on win or lose whenever the season does end. I'll still keep doing the daily show. Is that still you? Pie in the sky for fun? All right, fair enough. Anthony, 1-6 on the road. We're absolutely a better road team. Yeah, and we stack up better on the road than most. Oh, Jackal Lions talk with a bad guy. Okay. Anthony, it's almost a home game whenever we play. Go. Yeah. And I do think that you'll see the Lions fans travel, a lot of them, to the 49ers to play out there. So I think you're right with that. You'll see a good representation there. Is that still you at North Carolina? Quincy, I went to the junior, senior high for a while. My dad refed games. Okay. Jack, what do you got? Lions have a legit shot at going to San Fran and winning. I think the offensive matchup well against them, and if the D keeps playing the way they have been, we can win. Yeah, I think we are incredibly similar, to your point, Jack, to the 49ers in a lot of respects. So I think that will be a great game. JDC, Senior Gardner Johnson is the Larry Bird of the NFL. There, that's probably a pretty good comparison. Most people, if you weren't around back then, if you didn't watch basketball then, Larry Bird, I mean, I'm not gonna say he was the biggest trash talker of all time, but he might be in the top 5. That dude would talk it. He would just do it in a way that usually didn't piss people off because he would call people out. He would tell them what he was gonna do, and there was in primetime Larry Bird before the back went out. Yeah, there just wasn't much you could do to stop it. All right, Anthony. All right, agree, but you're not fake 100%. Okay. Lions, I believe the Lions lost. It will be because of passes against our cornerbacks. A little nervous, but we got here, and now we're W over the Rams, so a win can happen over the Bucs, right? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we can win today big time. Anthony, I hope C.D. Garner goes up to Baker and talks trash about his mom. That is something I would do. Some mom jokes. Steve-O, I saw a 10-day forecast and for San Fran, and I believe Sunday will be in the mid-50s and sunny. That will bode well, probably for both teams, though. Trump, the truth hurts. Okay, here we go. Trump 2024, fair enough. All right. Michael, good morning, Duke Crew. Lions will 35-13. I will take that type of score big time. Anthony, number 70 reported. Get that out of the way now. Richard, I just hope we don't sleep on the Bucs. They made others pay too. Yeah, I gotta believe the entire team is focused in on what's at stake today. If you're thinking ahead, then you know what? Some of that needs to go after Dan Campbell and the captains. They need to be among the people dialing this team in. All right. Fun fact. Is that so? Fun fact. Put the letter A in front of a noun and it means not or without. So I agree. Trader definitely is not. He definitely is without. Okay. I love America and free speech. Yep. I think we all enjoy it exponentially. Michael, defense gets 6 sacks and 3 picks. I'll take that. Phil, go for okay. All right, here we go. All right, let's keep it to. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's show, but I will try to get back on, like I said, at 2:30 today. Do at least a 10, 15-minute pregame show for you guys. So mark it on your calendars. 2:30 today. I'll have a show up for you. Means I should get the thumbnail up. I'll try to get it up between 2 and 2:30, just so anybody wants to hit the waiting. But 2:30 today, we'll go ahead and have a, like I said, real quick pregame show. Hope you all have a great day. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Also, if you would be so kind, hit that thumbs up button. Otherwise, take care, enjoy your day, and we'll see you at 2:30 today for the pregame show. Take care, all.